guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Vlogmas Day 4. If you're new here, karibu sana. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always tuning back to my videos. I love you so much. And if you are new here, please subscribe. If you like content on motherhood and lifestyle vlogs, that's what I do. Please feel free to subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you're notified every time I put up a new video. And guys, in today's video we are gonna be talking about traveling with kids. I'm gonna be sharing with you tips for traveling with kids. So we are in the Christmas season, we are in the holiday season, we are traveling. I'm so sure so many of us will be traveling for the holidays, and I think I should share my tips because I have traveled with kids. When I had my daughter, we traveled with her when she was 5 months, and then when she was like 10 months, and then when she was like 15 months. So I've traveled with her quite a bit. We've gone on road trips, and then we've also traveled by air. So the only thing we haven't done with the babies is through the train. But I'm so sure all these tips that I'm going to share with you are gonna be helpful, whether you're traveling with air, road, or train. So when I started thinking about traveling with a child, I used to be so scared, and I didn't know how to go about it. But what I knew was I wanted my child to be part of my travel. I wanted her to experience what I'm experiencing, even though she was a child. I felt like all those pictures, all those memories that I would capture, in as much as they are for me, I'm so sure she would love to see that she explored this world when she was still young. We are still gonna travel while they're growing up, and of course the experiences for them are always gonna be different each time, but I love that for them, and I'm here to make sure they get that. Also, traveling with a child or kids is very challenging because that's more luggage, that's more work. They have schedules, they have naps, they have so many things going on for them. So of course it's very challenging. You need support, and I'm here to give you some of the tips that will make your life easier. The first thing is planning and making sure all the preparations are made. You need to plan early. Plan early. The first thing of planning is plan early. This involves knowing where you're going, whether it's a beach safari, whether it's a road trip, whether you need to know what kind of travel you're doing. Plan early. If you're doing this with an agency, the first time we did this, we did it with an agency and it went really smooth. Honestly, I was like, I'm not sure I'm able to plan this, so I procured an agency to plan accommodation, transport, return flights for us. So that was very easy. But the second ones I did by myself. So just making sure you book your flights early, and accommodation, if it's a hotel or an Airbnb, you just need to know which one you like. So the first one we did was a hotel, and for the hotel, I think the challenging part for us was the time frames for meals. I felt like we were so what is it called? We were so constricted. Kufungiwa, like where breakfast is between 6 to 10, and maybe you just want to chill. You just want to chill. You don't want to have breakfast that early, or you want to have something light and then breakfast much later. So the constricting timelines for the hotel was really, with me, it wasn't working well with me, because it's like we're having to chase the time for meals, and I really didn't like it. So with an Airbnb, then it's flexible. You can just get a chef and do your shopping for food, or you just pay your chef to go and write a recipe and do the shopping. So you give him the money, and yeah. or you pay for the shopping for yourself and the chef does the cooking, and it's at your own time. There's a microwave there in your room, you can microwave your meals. So honestly, for me, I prefer Airbnbs. Yeah. Also, when you're booking for accommodation, you need to make sure you're looking for the right things that are gonna fit your family. So what works for you might not work for me, and maybe what you really want I maybe don't need. So your preference, yeah, you look for accommodation and transport that is gonna be good with you. Also, in the planning early, just also shopping for babies costumes if it's warm, cold weather, shopping for jackets, making sure baby is warm, making sure you also buy the essentials early, like this. If you're going to the beach, you need to buy like beach toys, you need to buy like what is this for swimming, floaters for the babies, so their swimming costumes and any other essentials, the lotions, the sunscreens. You need to have everything in place, so you need to plan early. Also, during early planning, make sure you plan for all the activities around that place that you will do. Find out all the charges for all the activities that you will need to do, and plan them. Also, babies don't like being all over the place, so make sure you just plan like one major activity per day, and then the rest of the time they're just playing on the beach with sand. Plan early. Plan for the trip early, book transport, accommodation, so that everything is set. By the time you're nearing the time for traveling, everything is already set. Number two is packing. So when you're packing, make sure you're packing essential clothes. If it's in the beach, sometimes also, guys, you need to check the weather. Sometimes you might be going to the beach but it might be cold, so always make sure you carry something warm even if you're going to the beach. Always carry hats and sunscreen. Beach toys are essentials. Medication, I'll touch on it much later, but when you're packing, make sure you have a very detailed packing list, so that you pack every essential thing that your child is gonna need. Their comfort items, whether they like maybe to have a teddy or blanket, carry something that will make your kids comfortable in their trip, because a new environment means babies might be fussy, and yeah, it will probably take them maybe a day to adjust to the new environment. So make sure you carry something that is from home. Also, don't forget to carry a diaper bag. Don't be afraid to actually go with a diaper bag to the airport. It's never charged for the weight, so don't be afraid of carrying that diaper bag, and also your bag. So both, you can have your bag, which is your carry-on, which is not charged if it's within the kgs, and also the diaper bag, if it's within the kgs, will not be charged for that. Number three, make sure when you're planning, you choose kid friendly or family friendly destinations with amenities that work for you, as I've just mentioned. A hotel or an Airbnb that's close to healthcare facilities, because your child might fall sick because it's a new environment, their body is trying to adjust. So you need a hotel where if anything was to happen during the night, there's a healthcare facility somewhere near. So always check for things like that. The second thing I'm going to talk about is the travel day tips. So first thing you need to know is you need to be flexible. And with flexible also, that means maybe you might have wanted to travel early in the morning, maybe because actually when you're traveling, I don't know if this is for early planning or not, but when you're planning when to travel, pick a time where your child is usually at their best. They're not distracted. They've already had like enough sleep. So make sure when they're traveling, they've already had enough sleep. So for me, I prefer traveling with them very early because they're coming from their naps, they're fresh, they're excited about the day, so they won't be fussy a lot. So that's, for me, that's my favorite time. But you need to be flexible in case there's any delays with your car. Maybe it needs to get checked again. Maybe there's delays at the airport. SGF doesn't have any delays, but you need to make sure you're there early so that your children are sort of catered for before. Isikuwe you're traveling, you're hurrying up, you're already late. So make sure you're always early at the airport or at the terminus, wherever you're going. Always make sure you arrive way early, like 30 minutes before boarding. Actually, 30 minutes is kidogo. 45 minutes before boarding, so that you sort out all the security measures. So it's just you waiting to board the train or the bus or the plane. So be flexible with delays and changes. The second tip in travel day: make sure your kids are sorted in terms of snacks and entertainment. I don't know how to emphasize this. Sorry guys about the noise outside. Yeah. May always make sure you carry snacks and essential toys. If your child has like favorite shows, make sure you downloaded them way earlier in advance, because let's say for example you're in transit, so there are places there's no internet or the connection is poor. So with you having the downloaded shows or videos, your child is able to watch and enjoy their shows, or have some pretty toys like pop-up ones. You don't need to carry like many toys, just a few toys and snacks, guys. The third one is actually hydration. Always make sure your kids are hydrated. You've carried water for them. If it's juice, also you'd like to carry for them some juice. Make sure you carry for them juice. And for the snacks, always carry like fruits and any other snack maybe that they like, but make sure you carry a lot of fruits, because fruits will make them fuller instead of like junk snacks. Then the other thing we're going to talk about is accommodation. To find accommodation that is fast, family friendly, because family friendly places, you at least these are people who cater for kids. Maybe there's no playing of loud music, there's no alcohol and drugs allowed, or cigarettes and stuff, because you don't want to expose your children to these things. And when you're going out for vacation, other people have also gone out for vacation for enjoyment. And maybe, of course, this is not the same as traveling with kids. Your type of enjoyment is different, so you need to find places that are really really family friendly, that don't allow like smoking, a lot of loud music, because you see people are always partying the whole night and your kids are sleeping, and you don't want to go to a hotel where they're accepting loud music, they have parties at the beach. So if you're going to go with your child there, you can't complain to the hotel that there's loud music being played at, because you have kids. You can't start doing that. So when you're planning, make sure you get accommodation that's family friendly, so that your kids are catered for. The kids environment is safe. The pools have safety guides. What are they called? The safety guide people, so that in case even your child is lost and they're in the pool, there's someone there already. So somewhere that's very secure. yeah, make sure you check all that. So in the accommodation, you need to cater for your child's bedtime routine. If you can maintain a routine, I know it's a different environment from what your child is used to, but if you can maintain um the routine, please do so. You know, when you're traveling with kids, it's different from when you're just traveling by yourself or with your friends. This, you have to cater for them. So while wakilala, maybe you can have your glass of wine afterwards and all. But if you can really maintain taking if you can really maintain their routine, then it's gonna help you so much. The other thing is safety and health precautions. So I'm gonna start with safety. Safety, I mean, you need to, like I've just mentioned, there needs to be like safety guards at the pool. Even in the rooms, they need to have like child proof. Some of, the sockets, the cupboards, yeah. So such measures, you need to check in on that, or when you're doing your planning, you can ask for that. Then secondly is the health. I've already said you need to make sure you check if there's a health facility near where you're staying, but also you need to carry like the essential medications that you need, like you can't miss to carry like fever medication. um just go to your pediatrician. They will write for you the type of medication that you need to carry. An elastoplast, like I always have an elastoplast actually everywhere we go, because accidents happen. So make sure you always have medication on hand. That is very essential to children. I want to add one more tip. Travel when your babies are young, because actually you don't pay for them their seats. It's free, especially on air. Yeah, for flights, I know any child below 2 years, that's free. Actually, we haven't traveled with my son. He hajawahi panda ndege, but we are really planning to have travel very soon. So we're excited for that. Make sure you travel with them when they're young. Also, another tip before I forget is you can always carry your stroller. No one charges you for stroller, and it really helps. Let me tell you, when you're having a meal for at the lunch, when you're having a lunch meal, there's no one there. You don't have to always carry your baby like this. You can just put them on their stroller. They can sleep on their stroller. You can have walks where they're sleeping on their stroller. So for me, that's like so important, having a stroller. And if you want to have like some bit of fun by yourself, no, or you'd like to go out with maybe some of your friends who stay near where you're going for the trip, like let's say you're in Coast and you have some friends in Coast and you'd like to hang out with them like an evening out, if you can pay for your nanny for this trip so that you can enjoy that side, you want that type of fun as well, I encourage you to carry your nanny so that you can all enjoy your time at the vacation. So if it's something possible for you, lipia nanny, you know I'm so sure they'll enjoy, and also your kids will be taken care of. Also, I've forgotten one more actually, guys. Diapers. You need to check if you're going somewhere, if you can buy diapers from there, so you don't have to like carry a whole bag of diapers. But make sure you always carry your diapers. Babies are always having their breaks, and you don't know how much more peeing or pooping they'll be doing on the trip. Because during movements, babies are always, fussy. So take those breaks, if especially if it's a road trip. Take breaks so that you can change baby and they can have their snacks. And the last thing, guys, I almost forgot the last thing. If your child is breastfeeding and you're traveling by air, during takeoff and landing, takeoff and during landing, you can be breastfeeding the baby, because the pressure is usually very weird and it usually makes a lot of babies cry. So many babies usually cry. But if you can also get like head canceling head head what headphones, noise canceling headphones, if you can get them, buy for them so that they can be wearing them during landing and takeoff. But if you can breastfeed them if they're younger, do that during that time, because I don't know, the pressure, even for me, I can't with the pressure. It never balances. So for me, I always have a chewing gum. Yeah, I'm always chewing. And then for my babies, either the breast milk. During that time, actually, I thought I was breastfeeding. So most of the time, I would breastfeed her. So that is if you're traveling by air. So that is all the tips that I have, and I hope they help you. In any case you ever want to ask me a question, hit my DM at She's Tanya, and I'll be able to answer all your questions. Because some of my friends who have babies, they've asked me, and I've helped them maneuver the traveling. So don't hesitate to ask me any question. So those are actually most of the tips that I had. If you have any more tips on this topic, please comment them down below. I'm so sure some of the people who are watching this video would like to hear many more tips. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video up to this point. If you like this video, give it a like, comment, and share. And I'll see you in my next Vlogmas. Bye. Mwah.
It's the end.